Is that right? Can you see me yet? Tell me when you can see me, because I hate when like people, I'm trying to message to people and it's like, why are the people not responding? Why are you not responding to me? You ready? Can you see me yet? Bailey, shush! Stop being a little Jew. Right? Can you see me? Hello, people. People. What's happened? Wow. Well, that's pretty gay. Not one person. OMG Wolf, I had Kicking It and Ben in the house. Kicking It and with Ben came in to see me. See, because me and him had a bit of a back and forth last night. He came onto the channel and Static Void asked if he was my dad. And I was like, no, he's not. But yeah, I can see you. Woo! Woo! Boop, boop, boop. Yep, boop, 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 boop. Kicking him, well, Ben gave me a compliment. He said he loved my channel, and I said thank you, Ben, because yesterday he got aggressive at me and he told me that I had a female brain, and I said, well, I'm a female, and he said, you probably vote Democrat, because go and read the comments on see his late night daywave stream. It was called Ben Wave, though. It was like, it's the third video down. And it is I think it's Late Night Panhandle Ossipum, like Possum Radio, but it's not possum. It's really weird, but it's funny. But it's hysterical because we have a back and forth of like 9 replies. And then he ends it with, you're a woman and that's why you see it that way. He does. But he basically wrote, like, he didn't believe me. The whole thing was over this, right? It starts with this. I said, wow, Ben, you have changed, and I adore that. And then I've done in brackets, Ben Wave. I said, where did you get that idea? Seems as if you're kind of copying Daywave. And I've done it like spread out the way he's spread Ben Wave out and Daywave spread out. And I said, it was Trump, if you watch his speech that blamed video games, sir. And I've done, sir, so to be polite, because in the thing he says, those damn Democrats blaming video games, and he tries to say the whole speech was Democrats. I says it wasn't Democrats, it was Trump. And he said it was Trump that said in his speech and blamed video games, sir, and he blamed the internet and white people. That's why I'm mad. And he lied. He is a Democrat, and he lied to us. Ben, how do you say it to your face if you're reading the comments? And then, cause that's another comment, because he said that somebody had wrote in his comment. He said, why don't they say to my face those damn blah blah blahs? And then yeah, welcome to Panhandle Possum Radio. I know. And then I said, and it's so things got heated, and I accused him, but you need to hear it, right? I accused him of not even having a microphone attached to that panhandle of, well, it's not, it's like a handle of some sort that he's got sellotape around. And I said, anyway, you can chat on my channel. I'll take and break it down in ways that why Trump is terrible. For his speech, I am a female, so you should be able to take me out. What with your smartness, sir? 07. And then he replied, I don't care who blames who. It's not Trump or the games. It's a dysfunctional family, if you know what I mean. And he said, you are wrong, spelt with an capital R, so you know that I am wrong. He said, it was not Trump. And he says, and you haven't watched the news. And I said, at Kicking It with Ben, I hear you, and I know 100% it's not video games. I'm not even 29 yet, and this argument has been going around since I was a child. I remember. As for being the internet, that's laughable. And why is Trump now saying hate crimes? I looked up hate speech laws. and it's so vague. So's hate crimes will be just the same as in the UK where I live, and you believe me, you do not want to go there. It is the vaguest bullshit ever. We have hate speech laws and had them in for years. It's crazy. If I was to say something like "shut up, you English dick," the police here and they hear it, or if they overhear it, if you're drunk and loud, you can go to prison for up to 6 months. Quite regularly do. One of my friends came up to stay with me, and he was charged with the hate speech breach of the peace. He was from England, he was drunk, and the police came and they were being dicks, and he said stop it, stop. He basically called them Scottish pricks, long story short. He was charged and went to a category A prison, Berlin in Glasgow, for 5 months because he had other charges from when he was in the young offenders, may I add. He now has his own business, paint and decorator. He's 34 now, because this was 3 years ago. And I said, it was seriously gay. The UK is a police state, and Trump sounded like a UK politician 2.0. That's why so many people hated his speech. It's like he pulled off a mask and it was Hillary or a Democrat under there all this time. Oh, 7, sir. Trump sold us out. Yes, I know, exactly. But it was the worst thing ever because we all fell for it. I fell for it. The UK were crying, like, we were like, you were our only hope, Trump. Because we thought, like, America to us is like, okay, that's the leading, America is the leader of the free world. And if you guys crumble, I'm sorry to say, but fuck, we're all fucked. But then again, like, I mean, we might get Brexit, so you guys could come and move over to Britain if you want. Australia's fucked. Like, that's such a fucking socialist country. Anyway, so then it gets more dicey, like heated with me and kicking it with Ben. I said, I'm sorry, it's true, I'll send you the speech. So then I send him this speech because he's still saying that I was lying. I said, please, Ben, you're smart. I'm not lying. Why would me and Royce and everybody make it up? And then I sent it to him, and then I said, look, he wants, and I sent him the full speech, and I says he wants to team up with the lefties, then he wants to work hand in hand with Google and all the mainstream media in Silicon Valley on social media, that deplatform conservatives. I was trying to make it simple for him, and I said, please watch and listen. You're a smart man, Mr. Ben. Hi, White Oz. America, leader of the free world, more like leader of... I know, that's what I'm saying now. Like, it's fucked. I was trying to explain to Kicking It with Ben because he was calling me a liar. He then said, you're a woman. That's the way you see it. You probably voted Democrat. And I said, no. I said, I did not. I am a conservative. I said, Kicking It with Ben, lol, thank you for not saying girl as you call me a woman. I feel like I'm all grown up now, Ben, but I'm conservative. My daddy was a Texan and he taught me a real Christian values, and I'm far from perfect, but I try and have a good heart. I liked Trump. I didn't like the things he was doing, as in with the Jews, but he was just the fact that he was giving more to Israel than he was to Americans, and I didn't think that was very fair. But all in all, I liked Trump, and if I was over there, that would be who I'd vote for time and time again, just because he's much better than the Democrats until that speech. And as I said, in the USA, it is your right, your God-given right, to bear arms. And for Trump to then say no, it's not, as a Republican, it is a double whammy. Fucking, he's selling you out, evil, disgust. Your grandfather would be so pissed. I mean, yeah, exactly. He fought the actual Nazis. Well, there you go. I mean, can you imagine an actual Republican taking your guns? Like, that's fucked up. Like, I mean, everybody knows the Democrats have always been trying to steal your guns. Yeah, they're coming for your guns. They're coming for your guns. Who knew? Who knew that the actual people that would take your guns wouldn't be the Democrats? Oh no, oh no, oh no, no. It would be the Republicans. But of course it's not the Republicans. It's the fucking, hi. It's actually me, a New York Democrat the whole time. And I've been in the pocket of the Zionists all this time. And that's why he's the old ball and chain of the Zionists. And I've got, not exactly proof, but I've got a conspiracy map that leads him to prove that he's been on Epstein's Island. Leads me to believe that. And I'll probably get flagged for that, but that's just me saying that in a ha 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 kind of way. I don't know why I done ha 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 ha, fling my head back, but no, if you see on my Twitter, Trump 2020, make Israel great again. Oh, I mean, Israel's as great as it's gonna get. Israel's loving it. That's what they need to change it. He needs to be flying. That, you know that pictures where he's hugging like the American flag? No, he needs to be hugging a fucking Zionist, the Israel's flag, and he needs to just walk around with Israel's flag and just be like, me and Israel are one of the same, woo! And his slogan needs to be make Israel great again. But instead of make Israel great again, it just needs to keep maintaining and being Israel's bitch, because that's what you are, Mr. President. Do you know, seriously, I liked Trump until that sick speech. It was so worse than the UK. I'll turn over my register's guns. Wait, and he's been dead for a decade. Died. Wait, Oz, he's been dead for a decade. You tell him you just can't afford it. He was just. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He fought that and lost 3 brothers. Wow. That's crazy. Have you told him the truth of World War II yet? Have you Oh, did he die in 93? That's a shame. Well, that's a good age. It's not really a shame. That's a good age. So, my grandfather died. He died recently. Well, not recently. Like I say recently, but it's recent for me because he actually lived to. Damn it! My granny and grandpa lived to. Nearly 90, but Americans seem to live a very good ripe age now, and they were they were old school, like, what's the name, how there's the baby boomers, right? What's before baby boomers? Boomers? No, it wouldn't be, because that would be, like, no. My grandpa was, he fought the Nazis as well, apart from he was in the army, he was a police detective. He was like one of the military police people, and he was like a human lie detector, and he got to test out the actual lie detectors when the lie detectors came. And sorry, I'm just trying to find something, but I'm talking at the same time. But yeah, he's like, so he would like look me in the eyes and like ask me questions, and I'd be like, Grandpa, I'm not lying, okay? Like when I was like a teenager, and like then when I was in my 20s, like, because he knew, and he taught me like how to test if someone was lying, like the body language and stuff like that, because he was, as I said, in the military police, sorry. And he was a great man, and he died of a broken heart when my granny died, because they got married very, very young, and he woke up one morning. Sorry, for fuck's sake, where's my fucking meh? I'm gonna cry 2 seconds. I'm just trying to find something. My dog always runs away like I'm gonna beat him or something. I'm not gonna beat you, you little freak. I'm not Owen Benjamin. Sorry about this. Found it, it's okay. Right, it's all good. Anyway, yeah, right, so, yeah, as you were saying, right, wait, let me see. My family fought for both sides, Europeans killing it. That's so a shame, the silent generation. Most remain, yeah, we're fucked. We are fucked, by the way. The greatest generation, they had the boom, the baby boom. Right, thank you, O.M. Wolf. I've always wondered what the name is. It's disturbing to see. Yes, it really is. And by the way, there's many a great man has quoted that it will be destroyed from the inside out. That America, the only way to take down the Great Republic of America is from the inside out, and that's what's happening. It's really disturbing to see it, especially from an outsider's point of view. I can see it because I'm like I'm in the fucking from across the pond looking over. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And especially from a prison country, like a prison state that I live in, I'm looking across and I know that it's the way he's talking about hate speech and hate crimes and all this bullshit. I'm like, fucking hell, like, that's the shit that we first got told years ago, but his is 2.0, yo. Like, his is fucking really, like, worse than the UK. Because A, we don't have the death penalty for hate crimes, and what the fuck is a hate crime? Well, I know what a hate crime is, like, but to say that you can get the death penalty for a hate crime, so what, does that mean that if you draw a swastika on the back of the lorry, or you call somebody like a fucking, a fag, then you're gonna get the death penalty? Because he was very vague. He didn't say someone has to die and it's a hate related killing. He said specifically, listen back, listen, I've listened to the speech now about 20 times, you can get the death penalty for hate crimes. Involuntary confinement if you're just suspected of being a fringe minority. Red flag. Remember, we're all going to get a little red flag. I'm going to wave my little red flag right now. Instead of a white flag, I'm waving my fucking red flag. I can't believe your family bought both sides. That's crazy. Like, imagine they knew. Like, you know that, I watched this film where, I can't remember, I think it was the Civil War though, in America, where for Christmas the soldiers done like a peace kind of thing, and they sat and they actually done a ceasefire, and I thought that was beautiful. I think that would have been the speech. Free speech is the greatest threat to those who wish to control it. Of course it is. Yes, Hyde Free. I completely agree. I'm from the UK. I know. I understand. We don't have free speech, and trust me, I know. Because when you cannot, if you do not have free speech, look what happens in one town, not city, one town alone. Nearly all of the girls that were not Muslim were raped by Muslims. 14,000. Do you know in the UK, seriously, 2 and 3 under 16, age under 16 girls have been raped by Muslim men, and they make up a tiny minority so far in the UK because of we are not allowed to criticise that group. So once you shut down free speech, once you make down laws of hate speech, because they'll say you're an Islamophobe, and if you say anything against Muslims, that's why this is how it escalated so much, because social workers, children would tell the social work, and they were scared to sound racist, the social workers or the police. Like a police walked in as a lineup of naked Muslim men were all standing as an 11-year-old girl was naked and drunk. 11 years old. This is a fact. You can Google this. She was getting gang raped by over 12, or was it 12, between 12 and 20 men. Not one of the police officers, not one said to any of the men, why are you naked and there's an 11-year-old here alone and you're all men and she's steaming drunk. What do you think they done? They arrested the 11-year-old for being drunk and disorderly. They made her get dressed and arrested her because they didn't want to, because they were so scared of being called racist, losing their jobs, getting their lives ruined. That's how fucking crazy the UK is with hate speech. And it's real. It's like fucking, you go to prison, you just for saying like the slightest thing against Muslims. If you say anything Islamophobic at all, you will go to prison. And it is crazy. And because of that, children got raped. Because of that, there's been riots on the streets, people going crazy, rightfully so, because they found out their children have been molested and raped. And people are saying to the police, so would you rather be called racist or watch a child get raped, or knowingly let children get raped? To the social workers, most of that was only one town where it came out. Then it was another town, then it was another town, then it was another town. Then it turns out that, and then all the big cities, and like it turns out that actually there's so many people, like girls that haven't came forward, or they've moved on, it's been years, things like that. And also there's towns that still, that will never, people will probably never know, but it's estimated that you get 3 young girls, and out of every 3, 2 of them have been gang raped or molested or groomed, or something's happened to them, you know, by these Muslim grooming gangs. They've been groomed in some way. Hit the like button, thank you. It's very disturbing. Very, yeah, huge. Jaslo, I totally agree, friend. Hi, Penis Lavon. I like that. Sorry, Penhavis Lavon. The mainstream media is brainwashing the people into submission. It is. It's like you're using a whip, like, you know, what was his name? You know, the guy that said about the hand with the whip, the guy, and everybody called him Enoch Powell. His speech, if you look up Enoch Powell's speech, everybody replace Enoch Powell's speech. He says the black man, okay? Because at the time we were having an influx of black people coming over, and it was all new Africans. And if you replace that with just refugees and migrants, he was right. And everybody called him racist. They all said Enoch Powell's speech was so racist. Do you know, at least he got to die knowing that he was fucking right. Do you know now, London, 44% are white. Now that does not make up the percentage that are Eastern European, as in Polish or Romanian, Slavic, things like that, you know. But yeah, white people are the minority by over half, well over half. And think of how much trouble John Cleves got for saying when he came back to Britain, because he lives in part of Africa or something, Trinidad or somewhere like that. He said Britain is not British anymore, and it's not English anymore. Sorry, he got in so much trouble. And it's not the people they had on arguing the point on the Good Morning Britain was like a black lady, a black activist from Africa, a gay Jewish man, and then like just 2 other people that were not white. And it's like, well, you're kind of proving the point even more, for fuck's sake. But London, as I said, I mean, most of the UK is still white. And that is not racist. It's not racist. I'm sorry, but that is just the way. The UK is a white country. That's just the way it's always been. We've always been a majority white country. So when you get people say they move away, they come back, and their city is not longer their city anymore, it's changed, and they're called racist. Why? For telling the truth. And that's what Trump's doing. He's making it the same as the UK now. I'm sorry. But to state a fact, it's now hate speech. That's what people say. I mean, hate speech is basically what people... what some people call hate speech, other people say it's what you hate to hear. And it's what the politicians and the pedo elite, and you know who I'm talking about when I say the pedo elite, they like to, the pedo elite, yeah. They're a certain tribe, them, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, they rape babies. You'll get a clue. They like to go to Hollywood. I'm back. Yeah, Jeff. We had trolls on, Jeff. Did we have trolls? Yeah. I booted them. Oh, thank you, Hugh. I didn't know we had trolls. Homosexual prime, yeah. The problem is the globalists have fed the third world the lie the planet belongs to them. Yes! Yes! That is the truth. If I try and talk to people in America, what's going on in nature? Yes! Pianists, you're so true. You're so right. It's the same here. Like if I try and talk to people, even my own family, they get triggered and they ask me, since when have I become a Nazi? And I'm like, I am not a Nazi, mother. But you know, you can't talk to some people. Some people will literally defend them until there is no more breath in their fucking lungs. And it's like, okay, so you're telling me that in every single race, in every religion, there's extremists and bad people. Yes, yes. But apart from, you're telling me there's no bad bleep. I'll bleep out the word, but you knows who I'm talking about. And then when I say that, it's, oh, you can't criticise them. Why can't I criticise them? I'm not criticising all of them. I'm just saying, and you're not telling me that there's even 2% that are bad. No, not even one. There's not even one that's bad. They're all amazing. They're all perfect. Well, no, I'm not saying that. Of course, there's good and bad in it. Then why are we not allowed to criticise? You know, like, why? They'll use anti-Semitism as a shield. The same as now Islamophobia is a made-up word. Hate speech is a made-up word. And you're going to say hate speech and you're going to feel the wrath of hate speech and how they use it to shut down conversation. The Democrats will just be like, that's hate speech! And instead of just being like pepper sprayed or whatever, you'll go to prison for hate speech. For saying, shut the fuck up. Oh, Mr. Policeman, she told me to shut the fuck up. I'm offended, that's hate speech. And you'll go to prison. It won't be funny anymore. It won't be like fucking snowflakes. Like, because they could be like, oh, she called me a snowflake, I'm white. Like, that's racial. Like, seriously. That's what's gonna happen. Trust me, from somebody living in the fucking UK, I'm telling you that's what will happen. And I still can't believe Trump has us all fooled. Like, he really did. Can you not remember how happy we were in 2016? Also, Paul Joseph Watson, Socialists of America. You'll like it. Yeah, I watched it. It was actually really good. Israel should take a bunch of Muslims as well. Yes. Well, hype free. Do you know what they've done? Israel wrote, because I was talking about it 2 nights ago, not last night, the night before. Israel has wrote that how the UK's got so anti-Semitic all of a sudden. I wonder why all of a sudden we're so anti-Semitic that these innocent Jews are getting attacked. Could it be that it's not the British citizens that are getting anti-Semitic, but actually it's the refugees that Israel funded anyway? So you're basically funding fucking the refugees to come here. Then when your people get attacked and they're going back to Israel now. And so there's all these stories in the Jerusalem Times about these Jews that have had to come back because the UK is so anti-Semitic, and there's all these hate crimes on the rise and all the statistics, and it's like, yeah, I wonder why anti-Semitism is on the rise. It's not white British or like normal British, doesn't matter what colour British they are, but it's a certain religion, or the refugees that don't like Jews. That's who's doing it. It's the people you're funding, Israel. So, if anything, it's kind of, like they're funding to try and fucking rape us and kill us. So they're just getting, and then at the same time, the Jews are getting fucked on the streets and raped, just worse if anything, because people know a Jew and they're like, you, and they hate the Jews. So they hate the Jews more than they hate white people and Westerners. So they go straight for the Jews, attack them, and then after Israel's funded the refugees to come here and they attack them, then they go back to Israel because it's safer, they're saying. And the way Jerusalem Times have wrote it was, and who the fuck made a fucking newspaper called Jerusalem Times? As a Christian, that makes me annoyed. Jerusalem? Oh hell no! You've already taken Israel. Like in the Bible, where does it say like the Jews shall have Jerusalem? Nowhere. Like nowhere. I'm triggered. Like, one of those levers, like trigger. Israel is overrun with Muslims. Muslims pose the third Temple Mount. Possess. Well, I'm not being funny, but I hope they keep the third Temple Mount, because if the third temple is built, then that's going to bring back the Antichrist. And Israel, for some reason, want to build the third temple. That is their plan. They want the Antichrist to come back. Talmudic Jews, I don't know why, but they want the third temple to be built. Irrational Times, how you doing, Stan? How you doing, mate? Anti-Semitism is a target of globalism. It's just like Christianity is target. Yes. Mm-hmm. No, the Muslims won't stand for it. But yeah, the Muslims won't stand for it at all, 100%. But I mean, if you look up all over Europe right now, anti-Semitism is crazy. I'm just worried. The American thing has freaked me out, because honestly, America was kind of like Trump seemed. 2016 was just so exciting. I did not know he was a Zionist shill. Like, he's not even just a Zionist shill, he's a Zionist ball and chain owned. Like, he's getting blackmailed because he was part of. I want to say it, I nearly did, but I don't. My channel showed. Let's just say, in Minecraft, someone done Epstein's Island, and they done like this thing with all these people that were connected to Epstein's Island, and let's just say Trump, Trumpity Trump, because of Jared and his other one, I can't remember the name, stepson, Tum, all went to the sex island in Minecraft, and now the Zionists are owning them. They are puppets for that fucking Israeli Prime Minister in Minecraft. The temple will be built, and then, and only when God decides it happens. Yeah, the temple will be built, yeah. Hi, Robbie, don't care. Hello. How you doing? Kitty Razor, hey. He hit that. He never hid that he is in the cabal. I didn't know, though, that he was in the. See that? No, I'm talking about, in the Epstein Island thing. Like, I didn't know that he'd went in Minecraft to visit that island. And but I didn't know. It's like he ripped, during the speech, it was honestly like he ripped his mask off and he was like, haha, I have been a Democrat this whole time and I'm worse than your worst nightmare. Who'd have thought, seriously, the ones taking your guns away would be the Republicans? Nobody thought that ever. Really, come on. He really fucked everybody. He raped everyone. The fool of America got raped the other day. We should have a moment's silence for the rapes of thousands and thousands of people. Okay, I'm sorry you were raped. He raped me too. My eyes, my ears, the future memories. And I'm joking about it, but seriously, like, even people are like, oh yeah, it's just lip service, like kicking it with Ben and things like that. And it's like, no, actually it's not. Once he said that, a Democrat will be in office at one point, very soon. And when they are, trust me, they will use it. It has been written up. It's going to happen. Now Democrats will use this. And people will use this. And trust me, as someone from the UK that's had these laws, but he, like, as I've said, he's doing this 2.0, even worse and more strong than in the UK. As I said, I've watched his speech now several times. He does not say for hate crimes, including when for a shooting. He says for hate crimes. When he's talking about the death penalty, he says, and for hate crimes, we'll make sure they always get the death penalty. Yeah. Do you know how vague hate crimes are? Do you want to know the definition of a hate crime? Because I live in the UK, I know. As I said, I had a friend come up and visit me from London. He was being drunk and leery, and the police came and he said, stop being Scottish pricks, and he got 5 months in prison. This was 3 years ago, so he was 31 at the time, and he got 5 months in a prison for saying Scottish pricks to the police. Okay, so hate crimes. What is a UK law? UK law. What is a hate crime? Just listen to how vague this is. That it's not just, right, hate speech laws in England and Wales, blah blah blah. It's the same in Scotland. Right, listen to this. I read it yesterday and I was just like, what? I already knew what it was because we know what hate speech is. It's right, but a person in England, Wales, Scotland, blah 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 blah. Right, a person who uses threatening, abusive, or insulting words or behaviour, or displays any written material like paper, which is threatening, abusive, or insulting. So if I say in a piece of paper, you're fat, you're ugly, is guilty of an offence if A, he intends thereby to stir up racial hatred, or B, having regard to all the circumstances, racial hatred is likely to be stirred up because of this. So, the A, you intend to cause racial hatred. So that's just the first part. That's racial hatred. There's not just racial. There's the other one. The first one is about your race, okay? Because it's about colour, race, nationality, inclusion, citizenship, ethnic or national groups. The next one can cause up to 5 years or both. And then the next one up to 7 years. And this is if you use threatening words, abusive words, behaviour, or blah blah blah. The exact same thing if you do listen to this. In 2001, Harry Hammond, and even an evangelist, was arrested and charged under the Public Section Order Act because he had displayed to people in Bournemouth a large signs bearing the words, Jesus give peace, Jesus is alive, stop immorality, stop homosexuality, stop lesbianism, Jesus is Lord. Okay? That's all he said. He said, so Jesus gives peace, Jesus is alive, stop being gay, stop being a lesbian, Jesus is Lord. But he said, stop homosexuality, stop lesbianism, Jesus is Lord. In 2002, he was convicted and fined £300. he had to pay £395. And then in 2006, Stephen Green was distributing pamphlets which called sexual activity between members of the same sex a sin. Okay? It just called them a sin, which is what it says in the Bible. 2018, he was prosecuted for that. In Liverpool, someone was something else. Eric Tazia complained that the Vollingson had insulted her after she had appeared in a hijab. On the 4th of March, a jury returned the guilty verdict against Harry Taylor, who was charged under the public order blah blah blah. He was charged because he left anti-religious cartoons in the prayer room. Anti-religious cartoons in the prayer room of Liverpool's. So it was a Muslim prayer room, of course. So because he left cartoons in the playroom, he got charged in an airport. What? And then the airport chaplain, who's insulted, offended, and alarmed by the cartoons. He was scared by the cartoons. Shut up! That is a lie. You wanted the money. Called the police. So he called the police, and he got 6 months in prison. Oh wow! This is what I mean. The UK is crazy. And he was also had to perform 1 hour of blowjobs. No, I'm joking. Of unpaid work and to pay £250. I can go on and on. There's so many of these. Jeff says, start up a new one. Wait, Jeff, you in here? Yeah, no. They will never take the guns. There are 100 millions in the guns. If it was going to run for president, he would have run as a Republican, because Republicans are... Yeah, exactly. He said years ago. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe he would have said that. It reminds me of this film, Epstein's in jail and he'll be squealing very soon. Yep, see Polly reporting on it. Great singing voice, Lacey. Thanks. See Polly's reporting on it. Is Polly reporting on it? Yeah, I can believe she will be. Polly's amazing. Oh, thanks, Evelyn. I'm. Everybody says I sing like an angel. Kidding on. I sing like a drowned rat. But yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, did you hear all that shit? Like, this is people saying that gay sex is a sin, that the same-sex couples are a sin, and going to prison for 6 months. People that are leaving in Muslim prayer places, cartoons, non-religious cartoons, and going to prison for 6 months. These are all hate speech things. And I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. And it would blow your mind. Why would you trust a career politician? The Democrats are imbeciles and the Republicans are weak and afraid no one will like them. The Trump base is even more pissed off than they weren't. Oh, I know. I think it's going to be civil war. It's the same as the feeling is in the UK. You can cut the tension with a knife, because twice, I voted for, like, the same time just before Trump. When Trump came to Scotland, he saw Brexit. He saw that we voted for Brexit, we got Brexit. He saw we wanted immigration to stop. He saw the mood and he knew what to say. And his words, Trump's words, I'll never forget, when he was in Scotland was, I'm going to make Brexit 2.0. That's why I keep saying 2.0. Because he's really fucked us over 2.0. Like Brexit, we got fucked over. We were promised Brexit. We voted Brexit. We were lied to. We didn't get Brexit. We then had to wait for 4 years nearly, and then we get to vote again. I just voted there. And I went in, I voted the Brexit Party with Nigel Farage. Voted again. The good news is we got to kick the fucked Theresa May out. Theresa is cunt, as she stood there crying. And we voted Boris Johnson in. He's promised us Brexit. If we do not get Brexit this time, it's got to the point where we're like, fuck this, what's the point of voting if they just lie to you over and over and over again? Imagine being strung on for 4 years and not get, well, the whole thing with Trump, where's your wall? Where's your wall? Did he drain your swamp? Did he do anything he promised? It feels frustrating, right? Yeah, like, well, wait till you start going to the streets. Like, that's what we've been doing. We've been going to the streets, protesting, like, shouting out, doing things. Like, fuck this is fucked up. And our main things is we have no free speech. We want free speech. We want Brexit, because Brexit isn't just about, people think, oh, Brexit, it's all about racism and you must be written. No, it's not. It's being a sovereign nation. It's being a country. It's not being part of the EU under all these hate speech laws. They're the ones that have brought in the hate speech laws. Germany. And we do not want the hate speech laws. The UK used to be able to say what the fuck it wanted. It was open dialogue. It was a democratic country where you could say what you wanted to say. And if you had a rational argument, you could... That's how you found out what good and bad ideas were. You would listen to them and you would debate somebody. And if someone's ideas were fucking crazy, you'd be like, okay, at least I've heard that person out. I know they're batshit crazy. And I don't want to go down that road, or that road sounds dangerous. But if you're not allowed to talk about it, we had a politician, not even he's a politician, but he's a lord. His name's Lord Pearson. He's a lord, he can't get fired, but he got in so much trouble for saying I don't know if you saw it in the papers, it was all over every British paper, for simply saying in the House of the Parliament, in the Westminster, for saying, are we even allowed to bring up Islam without being called a racist? Those words made it across every paper and every stand in Britain for fucking weeks, and he was in so much trouble. Imagine just asking the question, are we even allowed to approach... He approached the bench and said, are we even allowed to talk about Islam without being called racist? What did they write? Racist Lord Pearson asked blah blah blah. It made out that he was so racist for asking that question. So he asked the question, are we allowed to talk about Islam? It's a massive problem right now. Can we talk about this? Oh, you racist, how dare you. All they talk about is anti-Semitism and how terrible it's going. The reason there's anti-Semitism, it's not the white people, it's not the brown people, it's not the... Well, yeah, when I say brown people, it's not to do with the colour of your skin. It's an ideology, and it's a certain religion, and it's the one you're importing. That's why the anti-Semitism, nothing to do with us. There was never an anti-Semitism problem before, like, to this point, where... Like, if you're a Jew, then you need to seriously watch your back. So it kind of makes me like, like, see, when I found out they were the ones funding it all, it kind of made me feel a bit, like, smug, like, yeah, serves you right. Like, if you're going to fund and plan to destruct our country, I feel bad for the Jews that are getting attacked. Like, I don't deserve it, obviously, but at the same time, I also feel bad for my fellow country females and males that are getting raped and attacked for no reason other than being in their own country and living and breathing, and them hating the West. If they hate the West so much, then why do they come here? Why are they coming here? If they hate us so much, why? The same as in America. You have people burning your flag. I've seen all the images of people burning the American flag. Where's Kicking It with Ben? I don't know. Me and Kicking It Ben were having a bit of a dispute yesterday. It was funny. Check it out. It's on the page. You can see it. The answer's simple. We need to believe in God. We have to stand up for beliefs and claim God given. Yes, 100% yes. And you have to say you have to stick up for your amendment rights as well. The Constitution. Yous were given a God-given constitution. We don't have that in the UK. That's what we want. We want a constitution. We are fighting for, with Brexit, we are fighting to try and get a constitution, to write down something that says, look, we need to have free speech. We need to be able to discuss things when things are hard. We need to be able to this, that, blah, blah, blah. Write down some basic rules that we can abide by, because we need to hit the hard reset in the UK, because it's not going fucking well at all. It's burning to the ground, and if we don't, it's going to get to the point where it's unrecognisable. But right now, I feel sadly like it's got to the point the UK is going to be... I've been to so many of these rallies and these protests, and the mood is people don't want to talk anymore, because they don't really get to talk. You get to say a few words as you're getting shouted down and made to feel that size and belittled and called all the names under, like, you're so, they call you like, you're ignorant, you're full of hate, you're this, you're that, blah, 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 blah. When you try and give them facts and reason and logic, they just say, still, you're full of hate, blah, 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 blah. Try and shut you down for hate speech. And then it's like, so many people I know right now just want to go out and want to fight. They want to kick the ass of the left, the government, the elite, the pedos, you know who I'm talking about, and run these people out. I don't mean run the people out of Britain, and like, I just mean anyone that hates the UK, fuck off, go home. Or if you're from the UK and you hate the UK, get to fuck. We don't care where you go. Go and live in the Middle East. If you think the Middle East is so great, to all the LGBT people, LGBTQI, whatever fuck, the people that love the Muslim community, they don't love you. I mean, you may not have noticed, but I mean, they were literally outside pulling their children out of school, calling the teacher Mr. Moffat. Mr. Moffat, you're a fag. Fucking teaching, like, with a big sign saying no outsiders. Can you imagine white people done that? We pulled our kids out of school because, I mean, if I had children and at 5 they were teaching them it's okay to be a Christian, and it was at a Christian school, because the school, there was only Muslim children there, and it was a white guy, and he was gay, called Mr. Moffat, and he was teaching 5-year-old children that it was okay to be Muslim and to be gay. It is clearly not. They are very conservative. If anything, they are the right-wing extremists in their beliefs. So to call us right-wing is just so... It's only if you mention immigration you're right-wing. It's like, what? That doesn't make sense. No. You're a right-wing extremist. I fucking hate it. It's so annoying. Well, it doesn't really bother me. It just is a lie. It's like, no, I'm not. I think there's just a lot of people in America and in the UK that hate the countries they live in, but they won't fuck off anywhere. So it's like, if you won't fuck off, you have no right to complain. The amount that we get, like, if Brexit actually comes true, I'll be moving. Good, move now, go, get out, leave, go live somewhere, live under a bush, I don't care, just don't annoy me, because you're really doing my head in. And you guys I've seen all the flags burn. Like, I googled just earlier, because I wanted to get a nice flag from the background, and American flag, and on my computer, my laptop. And honestly, it was all these people burning American flags. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, so many, like, meant to be young adults and people in their 20s burning the American flag. But if you burn the gay flag, that is now a hate crime. You've got what we have. So you can burn the American flag, that's a protest. But if you burn the gay flag, a rainbow coloured flag, that is a hate crime, and you can get up to 5 years in prison, it says. For Americans, we get 5-6 months in prison, you get years. Woo! That's what I mean by Trump is hardcore compared to the UK. And that's a fucking say. I just want to, yeah, I mean, how blackpilled does he make everyone? It's fucking crazy. What Static Void said, I just want to stay home and smoke weed. Yeah, you just want to, it's like, what? Yeah, but then, I mean, even if we stay home, you'll hear chap, chap, chap at your door, fuck off or just not answer it. And then they'll just kick your door in and pick your laptop and your Xbox and everything up. What are you doing, you dicks? No, you're not taking my laptop. No, my porn, no. No, we're not interested in your porn. We're going to be looking at the fact you are watching Kosher with Crowder. You have radical beliefs. No! And they'll see what I've been actually really looking at. No! My history. I didn't delete it like I do daily. Oh no, can you imagine? But no, seriously, they're gonna be flagging and putting all these little pins in people to detect if they're a radical or not. And how are they gonna detect? How can you detect someone's behaviour? And it's like saying I'm gonna stop a serial killer. And by the way, what happened to serial killers? That's another thing I would like to ask you all. Have you not noticed serial killers have just stopped and now it's just mass killers, like mass shootings? So what, do serial killers just stop happening? I thought that was something wrong with people that apparently, or what do you think happened with serial, do you get what I mean? The Ninja Turtles, I'm afraid American. Yeah, of course you are, Jeff. We know that, and most of everybody in here is proud. They're proud to be from either America or whatever country they're from. If they're wherever in the West, we're all proud to be. I mean, I don't see anyone here that's ashamed of the color of their skin or where they're from, or hate their country. Imagine hating your country or hating the country you live in. I would not live in a country that I hated the people and hated the country. That is just evil. And then burning their flag and treating them like shit. And treating the rules like shit. And acting like fucking that man, Jessica Honor, or whatever the fuck his name is, that's got a dick and wants his balls waxed by poor fucking young Asian women. Like many, I'm blackballed to the point of not caring anymore. Yeah. I'll just troll I'm trolling my way to rapture as well. Just everyone needs to have faith. We just need to have faith, as in, and when I say have faith, I don't mean, oh, trust the plan, man. I mean have faith as in just believe in Jesus, because rapture's coming, and I'm just gonna start stockpiling bullets if I can get them, make weapons, shivs, things like that, for when the zombie apocalypse hits and I have to go out fighting people, and I'll get stocks of food for when the food collapses, the money collapses. Just stockpile shit. I'm just gonna start prepping right now. Serial killers take more planning. Yeah, but what's happened to them? They've just disappeared. When was the last? Think of it. Remember at a point there was so many serial killers, the kind of 80s. There was Jeffrey Dahmer. There was that clown guy. There was the guy that killed all the students. There was Eileen Warner. Late 80s, early 70s, 80s, 90s was the kind of end of the serial killer, and then they just stopped. I've not heard of a serial killer in a long time, seriously. I mean, I know you see it like all the time on true crime, but it's not really a thing anymore. They don't make it in the media like the way a mass shooter makes it. Maybe there is still serial killers, it's just they're not famous anymore, like the way they used to be. Yeah, I've got a sign, Static Void, and it's on my Facebook, and it says it's black and white, and it's this guy holding like a pillar, and it's really beautiful, like, and it's black and white kind of, but it's obviously new, and it says, "I love my country, but I'm ashamed of my government," and I posted it on Facebook, and I got a lot of not retweets, but people sharing it like around, like, "I love my country, but I'm ashamed of my government." The next dabs for you, Lacy. Oh, thanks. What's the next dabs mean? Thank you, that's sweet. I feel the same way for my Canada. Oh, I feel bad that you're in Canada, because Canada is like fucking Trudeau, that piece of... He is a traitor. Our leaders are all traitors. Like, Trudeau, traitor to the people. He's a traitor to the Canadian people. And fucking treasonous May, that's why she's called treasonous cunt-face May. She's a traitor. Nicola Sturgeon, traitor. I just retweeted something today where she done a deal with the EU to basically sell out the Scottish people yet again, the fishermen's and all this kind of stuff, and it was like, you bitch. So I retweeted it and was like, cow-face bitch, not my Prime Minister, you're evil, what is wrong with you? And I added her so that she would know, like, that I'm watching her. I always tweet at her. She'll probably get me done for harassing and stalking, I don't care. She knows I know who she is, the bitch. But she's a fucking cow. Wait, let me see. I wasn't raised to be ashamed of my country, but I'm coming to be honest. I understand what you're saying. If Max splits the vote, maybe another 4 years. If Max splits the vote, maybe another 4 years. Who's Max? See, because you're in Canada. Who's Max, darling? Is Max is that the conservative side of you know, what's his name? Trudeau. I don't think Trudeau's gonna win again. He can't, because Canadians must be so pissed off right now. Like, Faith Goldie done like quite a lot of good work, I think. I know she's not for everybody, but personally I quite liked her. I thought she was okay. Faith Goldie, like, at least she fucking went out there and done some shit, you know, and like exposed stuff. I know she never ever named the Jew, so I don't know what's up with that. But I think it's because it's the same as in the UK. Canada does not have a problem with the Jew. The Jew does not control Canada, but the Canada has the same problem we've got, that the Jews are the ones behind that's funding Canadians. They're funding you guys to be flooded. Who do you think's putting the money behind it all? It's Saudi Arabia and Israel. They're the ones that are doing it. Being talks of the Blue Dream hybrids. Yeah. Dabs weed. Alright, yeah. Huh. Bong talks of Blue Dream hybrids. Bye for now, Toddy. Bye, Irrational Times. Bye. Bye. Dear Thomas. Bye. 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 He's splitting the Conservative vote. Splitting, right. I don't disagree with you, Jeff. What did Jeff say? Let me see. The right of the people is to be secure in the person's houses. papers and effects against the unreasonable search and seizure not to be violated. Oh no. I need glasses. It's like to not to be not should be violated. It's not. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. That's so true. But upon probable cause. Well, do you know what it's like, Jeff? It's basically Sharon Bernie. Right. I get what you mean. International Times Party too cold for them in Canada. Yeah, exactly. OMG Wolf. The same in Scotland. That's why they're all down in London. All the Jews that we have in the UK are in London. Seriously, because they can't. It's too cold for them up here. So that's good. If you live in a cold place, it keeps them away. The cold keeps them away. The grabblers they freeze, so they don't like the cold. It makes them go and rub their hands together even more. And that makes them stand out. Bye. What time is it there? Oh, it's like after 3 in the morning, 3:30. Lacy, do you need glasses? Yeah, I'm kind of doing this reading. It's like 3:30 as well, so I'm a bit tired. But I want to stay up for a little bit longer just because I've got a bit of an audience, so I'm like, woo! I'll stay up for like 5 more minutes, then I'll go if you don't mind. Because I just want to talk to you, and then I'll go. Don't worry, I'll go. But yeah, I think I do need glasses, yeah, because it's hard reading up close like that. And see if I've been doing it's a long day, and I'm tired, and I'm trying to read, it's hard reading the computer screen. Do you get what I mean? Bye. Is that article for the U.S. Constitution? Is that no? No, I don't. No, that's not what I'm reading. I was reading about what was I reading about? I'm saying about what? What article? Oh, that is the article for the. I get what you're saying now, Jeff. Hey, well, Jeff, wizard me this. Answered me that. Wizard me this. I meant to say. Whistle me this. Why does the U.S. Constitution why? Okay, so if the left are going after free speech and the right are going after the Second Amendment, which is the guns, what is the Third Amendment? It's the free speech. You have the right for free speech. You have the right to bear arms. You have the right to what is it? Not be fucked with or something. I don't know, something to that cool of that nature. What I wrote above, right? The right of the people to be secure, yeah, and that right, yeah. Well, they're talking shit because they're breaking that one as well then, Jeff, because they're fucking saying that, that now they can come into your home and just take your laptop and take your shit and say you're crazy and give you the pharmaceuticals, but pharmaceuticals, I can't say it right, pharmaceuticals, Jewish medication, and just once you've been labelled with depression, and again, mental health is such a big talk. Where do you go with mental health? Where do you go? I mean, it could be you have a slight depression. It could be that you've just lost a child and you're crying. So they're like, well, because she's lost a child, I'm going to be on a bit that's a mental health issue. So we could technically go in and take her shit, and then she won't be allowed to use guns ever again. Ha ha ha. And that's just a way of them grabbing your guns while you're locked in a loony bin. Fuck's sake. How are you not all freaking out right now? I'd be so pissed, because there's nothing we can do in the UK anymore. I mean, all we can do is keep fighting, but I mean, I've been fighting my whole life and just see it get worse and worse and worse, because it's like trying to feed an angry ghost beast that lives in your attic. You're never going to make it full. It's always going to be hungry, and it's going to always be taken from you. So you might as well just try and kill it, but then you get tired of trying to kill it. It's like, what do you do? Gas lights commencing. Yep, exactly, Static. So true. Wasn't this all made for Wizard me this all. Wizard me this. No, it's true though. Wizard me this. I mean, you know what I mean. Wizard me this. Okay. Protect us against 1984. Static Void, I wish I could, but I'm living in 1984. We've got, I mean, I live in the UK. You understand how crazy it is for us right now? We've got, like, actual women. Like, remember that photograph of those two, like, lesbians? And the thing is, not one of them was butch. There was two, and they were both hot lesbians. And they were, one of them had a bloodied nose, and the other one had a black eye. And they were sitting on the bus, and they'd been attacked. And all they said was that they were attacked by a group of men while they were on the way home from the club. But the thing was, they were attacked by Muslim men for being lesbians, because they were sitting canoodling. Hot lesbians, who they're endangered species. You don't attack hot lesbians. I'm kidding, man. But yeah, they got attacked, and the men punched these women, and again, beautiful looking. One had blonde hair, one had brown hair. You've seen the picture, and you know, I mean, the photographs. They didn't want to sound racist, because they were leftists and they were posh. So they said that they just were like, oh, some men attacked us, and they, of course, they took pictures, and the pictures, I don't know how the paper got the pictures, but well, obviously from online. They've took them from online, because they'd posted online their faces all burst up. And they said they'd been attacked. The police got involved, and then it came out that it was Muslim men that had attacked them, when people were saying, oh, it's so disgusting, the homophobia. And I bet it was Brexit voters, just like I bet it's Trump supporters, you know. And I bet it was Brexit supporters. They're so fucking quick to judge, when actually, no, the reason the crime has skyrocketed to... Do you know that during the war, crime was lower than it is right now in the UK? Ha ha ha! Is that not hysterical? Like, it was war and there was less crime. Rape has never been so high. Gang rape has never been so high. These are unprecedented terms. I'm doing a crazy voice, but it's true. Like, it's never been this high, ever. And it's because, let me think, what did we have, or what do we have now that we did not have 70 years ago? Apart from, like, really good TVs and, like, a computer, could it be some computers? No. It has to be something connecting the dots. It can't be all the the new refugees, because I mean, from what I was told, that Islam was the religion of peace, and they would never do anything to be bad. I mean, yeah, they were meant to have done 9/11, but they're good people, and as that woman said, some people done some things, and you know, because of that, they've made Islamophobia, it's made it grow. I can't even say that without laughing. Oh, we're all fucked. I'm so black-pilled. Yeah. Jeff, she can only hope Trump can make a difference. Is good. No, I know. Never take the oath to defend the country. Those judges are domestic enemies. Yes. No, Jeff, I understand. I understand, Jeff. I hear you. One was American, the blonde, I think. Yes, the picture. There was the blonde, and then there was the one with the brown hair had a bloodied nose. I keep seeing Twitter, and I'm like, maybe that's a donation. No, it wasn't. I thought I had a don. I thought I had a dono. Meh. Kicking it with Ben says, talk to me. I'm talking to you, kicking it with Ben. Ben. Oh, that was an hour ago, sorry. I can't believe Kicking It With Ben came to my channel. That is so cool. Kicking It With Ben. Woo! I'll need to do a stream with Kicking It With Ben. See for you guys. I'll do a stream with Kicking It With Ben. Obviously not today, I'm too tired. I just wanted to try and get a donation because for a few nights I've still not got my donation. I want a donation so that I can say woo like he does with his little paddle. I'm gonna do a Ben wave because he's done. There's day wave, night wave, and Ben wave, and I want to do a Kicking It With Lacy-Marie and Ben wave, and just because I think it would be quite funny. But I'll definitely stream with Ben, just because I think that would be quite funny. I don't know how I can do that. How can I do that, you guys? I could Google Hangouts, I'm thinking. Probably. But, oh, can you imagine? Yup. I'll be trying to hold my laugh in the whole time. I'll be like, wow. I'll be like, yep, Ben, yep. But I can't do that because Royce done it. It made his tick worse. And then I'll just be laughing like so much. And I can't just laugh in his face. That's ignorant. I wouldn't do that. I like Ben. He's funny. And I think it's cute, like, what he's doing, the whole thing with, like, Royce. He phoned at 4 in the morning and everything like that. Kicking crack with Ben. Kicking meth, sorry, with Ben. He said he's not taking it in 5 years, though. Oh, it's so funny. But he's a good man, he is. Salvia is trash. Actually, I have Salvia. Oh, for fuck. Oh, definitely, no, I understand you. Docs, I think. Something more like helicopter rides. But that does not change the fact you have the rights. Right, let me see. I need to try and read this without my eyes going liberal judges are nurturing. Yep, they are totally castrating the government. It means, you know, it means a bit. Baron Trump still plays Fortnite. Baron Trump, that's a good one. Time to read a book on psychological warfare. That's a good idea, Static Void. Static Void, see when you find a book on that, will you please tell me, recommend it to me so I can read the same one and we'll both read it. We'll both be like, let's do some psychological warfare, motherfuckers. Bet that does not change the fact that you have no rights. Should be done. Yeah, you're right, O.M. Wolf, about the lesbians that got attacked by the Muslims. I've never been so high. Static void. I believe you're lying to me. Kicking it with Ben. Oh, actually, I have sativa. I watched the thing on YouTube, and I don't know if this is true, but these people are on sativa, and I swear to you, the girl started freaking out and doing this mad thing, and the boyfriend just ran and jumped straight out the fucking living room window, and you just seen him going, ah! And then, like, about 2 minutes later, he came in, like, upstairs, but he had, like, twigs and bushes in his hair, and she was still, like, moving around, like, rolling, acting weird, and then it took them about 5 minutes, and then they acted normal again. But it was like, what the fuck? You need to see it on YouTube. Like, put in YouTube, couple uses sativa, man jumps out window. It's hysterical. It really is. Like, he just jumps out the fucking window and comes back like nothing's happened. It covers with like twigs in his hair. And she's just acts like nothing's happened and the window's smashed. It's fucking crazy. It really is. Anyway. Salvia is trash. Do you know they sell salvia, see, in Glasgow Market? Like, they sell it in the streets here, like, legally, in the shops as well, like by hash pipes. The Donald was already making a huge difference. He has a lot of appointments you'll never hear on the news. And the face of the press is the face of the press. That is the problem. Yeah, that's true. I pray so, brother. I pray so as well, Jeff. I pray so. Kicking it with Ben keeps saying that Q knows the answer and Q predicted this, but I don't know who the fuck Q is. Of the Democrat Party. Democrat, oh, they're evil. The NRA, yeah, good idea. Jeff, who leads the NRA now? Who does lead Clinton, the big red dog? Oh, Clifton. Oh, you have the book on psyops. That's class. Best get reading, clock's ticking. I did Salvia once back in college. Highest I've ever been, I melted onto the floor. That's funny. Seriously though, right, wait a minute, right. Well, I'll let you all go then, but wait a minute, before you go, tell me, what's this book on psyops like, Jeff? Tell me. And Static Void, please tell me if you think of any good psychological warfare books, or I'll Google them. So, psychological warfare. I'm gonna Google it. Yeah, I gotta love Ben, but QAnon is bullshit. Yeah, I love Ben, but QAnon is. I mean, I've heard people, so many people that I know, well, not know, but know who they are, have claimed they're Q. So I'm like, this is bullshit. It's a cult. They all keep saying that it's somebody that's just randomly saying shit and saying like, hi POTUS, like, and it's like, and then it's saying they predicted this and this, and it's like, well, you predicted this. This is what you predicted, and you decided not to warn anyone, to not be scared and not want to jump off a bridge and leave their Nintendo Switch. Fuck, he's lucky he done that. No, that's a shame, but I mean, at least he didn't have to live through this terrifying time. He got to go out while the internet was still the internet. Wow, do you know, we could be the first generation that lived while the internet was, you know, first coming around, and then it goes, and then we could like have children and be like sitting, or be sitting with, you know, depending what age you are, You could be sitting with your grandchildren in a few years, or your children, and you could be saying, do you know, in my day there was this thing called the internet. It came out, and for a while we had it, and then we didn't have it. And they'll be like, wow, what's that? Because they've only ever had the TV, right? They have cool things like phones and other things, games, but they're not allowed that. The internet is banned, and you're not really allowed to talk about it, only in story time. So you can tell them in story time, and then as they get older they say, remember that story you tell me about the internet, is that real? And you say, no, it was just a nighttime story. And then you just look sadly into the distance like, I miss the internet. I miss when you used to be able, it was really fucking, like, my mom had to put like a kid's lock on it for us, but we knew her password so we could get in and change it all the time. Me and my sister always did, because she used to always do it this setting as well, so that after school, when she'd be still working and my dad wasn't home, she'd done it so that we'd only be able to spend an hour on it, and then she would phone us and say, okay, have you done your homework? And we'd be like, yes. And then she'd make us show my auntie or somebody, like, next door, and then they'd confirm on the phone that yes, we had done what we said we'd done, and then they would fuck off again, and we'd just be sitting, and then she'd be like, but yeah, right. Amazing, Polly. Right, well, I've been kicking it with Ben. Yep, how you doing? Right, I'm gonna go. Hello, kicking it with Ben. I was just saying it, kicking it with Ben. I'm gonna do a stream with you, 100%. Okay? I need to do a stream with you. Not tonight because I'm too tired, and also I was trying to get a donation, but everybody's skint right now, so it's cool. But it's fine anyway. So I'm wanting to do it. Next, me and you need to set up a stream, okay? Kicking it with Ben, is that arranged? Ben, are we gonna have a stream together? Me and you, we can do a kicking it with Lacy-Marie and Ben Wave. Who is Q Ben? Yep, yay! Me and Ben are gonna do a stream. Ben and Lacy Wave. That sounds good. Right, thank you. Everybody sub to Kicking It With Ben. He's great. His channel's called Kicking It With Ben. He does different styles. He's very funny. Me and him get on good. We're going to do a stream together. So Kicking It With Ben, I'll arrange it. Hey, do you need to get... I know I need to get some sleep. I'm shattered. So I'm going to... Hey, Autocuck, right, I need to go because I'm really tired. I'm falling asleep on stream here. I'll see it's 4 o'clock here. I need to go. But everybody, listen. Tomorrow night, check in. Tomorrow I'm going to be with Kicking It With Ben. We're going to do a stream together. Ben, if you're up if you're up later, I'm going to sleep for a few hours, then I'll be up. So after, you know, when Daywave is on, depends what time you want. If you're up in the morning, if you're not, then like you're 5 hours behind me, then maybe about, say, after Daywave or something like that. Good night. Right, good night everybody in the chat for me. I'll be there with you on, right? Yeah, everybody